What's going on? This is Magic Mitch, and in this food adventure, I'm taking on my very first giant German Schnitzel challenge. Also, something unexpected happened during this adventure, and I don't want to tease you about it, but I kinda do. But don't you worry, all will be revealed in due time. And if you've been following along on this trip, this is day 48, challenge number 30 of this tour across the UK and Europe, and for this particular battle, I'm in Worms, Germany, at some Propellers, taking on their XXL Schnitzel challenge. Now for this challenge, it's pretty straightforward. You've got 4 big old sexy looking slabs of pork schnitzel, and anything else with the challenge is optional. And you have 1 hour to take down this bad boy. If you're able to do so, you get the meal for free, which I think is about 30 euros, and you also get your picture up on their wall of fame, and you get 50 euros cash, which is pretty sweet. And as I mentioned before, this is my first schnitzel challenge ever. I haven't had too much experience with schnitzel before embarking on this particular adventure, and because of that, this adventure would be more of a, how would you say, exploratory expedition, as I'd be taking my time to get myself more familiarized with schnitzel and get a better sense of how it tastes, the textures it has, maybe the chewiness, and maybe even get an idea of possible sauces I'd want to use in the future against any other upcoming schnitzel challenges. And overall, I just wanted to try to enjoy this challenge a little longer. And as for strategy, there's strategy. It's called go to town and get it down. Also known as send it in and get the win. It's as simple as that. But there were a few things I did take notice of during this schnitzel challenge. First and foremost, overall, I found that it keeps warmer for longer than compared to a steak challenge, though if it does cool off, it's much harder to chew though. So unless it's just piping hot and you really need to cool it off some, I don't think it's all that necessary just to cut it up into bite-sized little pieces like you would see me do in a typical steak challenge. And actually, in my case, I did end up cutting the schnitzel up a bit too much at times, which is how I learned that it takes a little bit more chewing to get through once it's cooled off. And another thing is that personally, I don't find it to be that off-putting to get a bit more hands-on with a schnitzel as compared to say something like a prime rib or a T-bone steak or something like that. And you know what? Since we're already talking about it, let's just get right into it and make it official, because when it comes to this challenge, it tasted fantastic, which is why I'm giving it a thumbs up without question. I loved how you started out with that crispy, very slightly crunchy texture when you first bite into it, and then you get into that juicy pork cutlet. It's wonderful. It's great by itself. It's even better with the mushroom sauce, and I gotta say, it's probably gonna be good if I would try it with either fry sauce or peanut sauce, but that's something I'll have to save for a future food adventure. And by the way, I can't remember exactly what that yellow drink is. It's probably something sweeter, like a lemonade type of drink, which by the sounds of that is a pretty good indicator that it was not that memorable. Also, for what it's worth, the place is dog friendly, which is pretty neat. But anyways, now going to the setup, which I think is pretty obvious. You're gonna get a thumbs up on this one. What's not to love about this? You get plenty of time to finish and enjoy this giant schnitzel. You also get eternal glory of your conquest up on their wall of fame. And you get 50 euros cash. Furthermore, the service here was great, and the owner and the staff were very kind and friendly. Almost too friendly, especially when it came to getting beverages, which I didn't think about too much at the time. But here's the thing. After the battle had concluded, come to find out from Randy afterwards that the drinks were not free. And I don't know if he had to barter with the owner or what took place, but in between Randy, Redeem, and myself, we were charged a total of 35 euros for our drinks. And after learning that, it became clear very quickly after that the restaurant had really no intentions of letting us know beforehand in order to recuperate some of that money that was going to be given away. And unless Redeem was doing like a gallon challenge with his schnitzel challenge, that seems like a bit much for drinks to say the least. And I do feel like I need to clarify this, that it's a small minority of restaurants that do these types of things, and it's possible that while I'm battling food monstrosities outside the United States, there might be some, cultural shifts or norms that I'm not used to, but it still just taints the whole experience, especially with how things unfolded in this particular case. And I'm not going to shy away when it comes to these, transgressions, wrongdoings, or we'll just say when the restaurant is being very naughty. Because I still want to strive to be more transparent with what takes place on my food adventures, but still kind of bring my own silliness to the more serious matters. And of course, especially to even the less serious ones, like when I'm being a big fatty McButterpants, just hammering down all kinds of unnecessary candy, or if I just don't have the best food fighting performance. And spoiler alert, those are coming up, and I cannot wait for you to see them, because they are absolutely ridiculous and are going to be a ton of fun to watch. Now while I bust out these food challenge post-victory push-ups, if you enjoyed watching this video, why not embark on another one? And I'll see you there.